Hello everyone, Deathstrike here, and here's a bit of a new thing I'm doing. I'm basically going, this is gonna be a bit of a review video, something different for this time. Ika. Because recently, I just played a little game that really ticked me off. Yeah, in case you didn't... Yeah. Yeah. Let me collect my thoughts for a bit. I'm still in a bit of recovery after it. Scarred me. Yeah. Basically, the name is Dynasty. The name of the game is Dynasty Warriors Strike Force, and made by the same guys who basically made all the Dynasty Warriors games. For this little review, just to let you know, I literally just got from playing it. It's basically sort of the same. I'll just let you guys know I really didn't like it. And just for this little review, I'm gonna tell you why. When I first played the game, I decided to play as Salsa because I figured that's the most bog standard it can give for me to basically test it out. And it was more. It had various things I thought was gonna make it great, but however, immediately things got bad. The game was, when I first played the game, there was basically no combos, no EX, and there was something that was sort of replaced for Muso, but instead of just making your instead of doing a super attack, a basic super attack like the ones you see, like this one right here, it instead just gave you an Instead just turned you into a Super Saiyan, and literally just did nothing to help you out. It was one of the worst controlling games I have ever played. Slow, and basically all it took was to press the square button. In case you guys didn't know, and even then, it was hard to do. The enemies were broken. In this game, I have complaints with the officers, but after seeing the ones in the Striker, my God, they were a lot better than the ones in here. The officers are a little cowards that come and attack. You send you flying and then run away. Not like that, the regular soldiers gave me a hard time. Kept juggling me up. The same with archers. The arrows in there are treated like a cannon. cannonball, when I got hit by one, I was sent flying. And oh, don't even get me started on the legendary characters. The actual characters like Dongy here. It was so bad. It was just plain so bad. It was just so bad. It just, even in the super form I got tossed around, and when I was fighting Zhang Liang, he kept using bullshit. He just kept doing bullshit. He kept fighting. I can get tossed around just by the regular soldiers, near dive once to just regular officers, and died, and I could barely beat Zhang Liang. Zhang Liang, he was so broken, had the same stuff that I did. And I'm gonna go on a little bit of a tangent here, and just face. And I know people might get a little hissy with me on this, but when I think of I have seen Dynasty Warriors gameplay, and so far, well, from what I see, it doesn't deserve the reviews it has. In fact, the negative reviews it has more or less should be applied to Dynasty Warriors Strikeforce. And people might challenge me on that, but I'm pretty certain, because I literally just came from playing Strikeforce, and it was so bad. It isn't like this, and I wish I could be showing you gameplay of Strikeforce just to show you how bad it was, but it's on PS Now and I can't download to show you. And yeah, I know some people will probably tell me I'm wrong and probably even get a little mad at me, but screw it. In fact, as for just, I just can't think when I'm talking about this game. I just can't. I'm trying my best, but literally, I only play basically a minute or two of it, and already I got frustrated, and I quit out. If you have ever got if any of you have played Dynasty Warriors Strikeforce, let me know in the comments if you have and what your thoughts on it, because for me, if I could give any advice to actually make it enjoyable, just play the broken characters. And I mean it as a necessity, play as the broken characters, not like for shits and giggles. It's a necessity that you play the absolute most broken characters you can find. Guan Yu, Lu Bu, whoever it may be for you, just pick them and play with them, because that's the only way you are ever going to get any enjoyment in this game. you're ever gonna get any enjoyment in that game. And again, sorry that I'm not showing the actual game of the gameplay, but I would be showing it if I could. Hey, vey. And yeah, and I am going to say that Dynasty Warriors 9 is better than Strikeforce. And for all those Dynasty Warriors fans, you can try and argue with me all you want. You ain't gonna change my opinion. And for a matter of fact, I'm probably gonna say you're wrong. Trust me, so far, let me tell you why I saw wrong with it. Oh, and bad voice acting is in it too. It was just bad, uninspired. And it was okay on the major characters, but for like Southside, but for a random character like Bao Jin, it just sucked. It just sucked and it was blander than a sandwich. It was blander than a bread sandwich. And hard to get take a bag into than ride. Trust me, it is so bad. Hey. Bad controls, and there was no EX. I literally just had to press square to do anything. Bad voice acting. Levels and pathways more linear than a Call of Duty game. Yeah, I'm bringing that up. Yeah, I'm a bit bitter, sue me. Yeah, I'm a bit bitter, so sue me. Yeah, I just can't think straight when I'm thinking about it. Just why? Why? And yeah, bad controls, a gimmick that doesn't do anything. A bit, from what I heard, was innovative, but really though, that doesn't even mean an indicator of a good game. Like customizing generals and that stuff, not really innovative at all. Yes. Not even that innovative. Well, maybe for the time it was, but okay. Point is it was hard to control, and the minor officers were harder to deal with than this. and I've seen plenty. And I have, and I have seen, and that's that. There's a mini little review of Dynasty Warriors 9, even though I haven't played it, but I have seen enough to make my, I believe I have seen enough to make my thoughts. I've seen enough, and it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look that bad at all. Gameplay side probably hasn't changed, but then again, with a game like this, it's a beat 'em up. It's kind of hard to. And from the combos, yeah, sure, it looks. From what it seems like combos need It seems like you need a bit more skill than usual for a game like this, and I'm okay with putting in more work. I'm being okay with putting in more work as long as it's still fun. As the story, really to the set historical time period, so for a lot of people it can be hit or miss. For me, it's a hit, but for other people it can miss. But that's sort of the thing with it. Just hey, hui vey. Yeah, I've seen it. Say, I've seen enough gameplay. Ugh, this is gonna be bad. I already know it. Yeah, I've seen enough gameplay of Dynasty Warriors 9, and yeah, I could definitely say, is it bad? Some characters will probably have better stories, and yeah, some characters will probably play better and probably play awfully. But then again, that's the same thing. That's sort of a given with games like these. Some characters people don't like, some characters people do like. All of which mainly depends on the personality and mainly how they control and play. It's just. And when I looked on the Metacritic stuff and just when I looked for reviews on this stuff, IGN gave it a not surprising there. Metacritic gave it a 65, and the user score was also mixed. But when I looked on Dynasty Warriors 9, Dynasty Warrior 9 review, the user score was overwhelmingly negative compared. And well, you might say, well, maybe it's not as bad as I thought it was. It was only three. There was only three people for the user score. So yeah, not really So yeah, not really trustworthy on there. Not at all. Really, I hope this isn't going on long. Yeah. So yeah. And yeah, it's so yeah. Dynasty Warriors 9, not as bad as people say. Not as bad as people say. Is only some stuff was kinda on a subjective standpoint rather than an objective. Dynasty Warriors Strikeforce deserves more of the criticism Dynasty Warriors 9 got than 9 does. It was just plain. It was just plain bad. It was. It was just plain bad. And for the voice acting in 9, yeah, I could say some of the characters need a little work. Mainly my boys, mainly my boys, Dongju. Mainly my boys Dongzhuo, and I'm okay with Lu Bu's voice, but it could have a lot more energy in it. But anyway, here's a little review or rant, or if you like to prefer to call it a rant, I guess you can. But anyway, there that is, and to say, you know, and just to make sure I make some enemies in the Dynasty Warriors fan base, I'm gonna say this. Dynasty Warriors 9, 10 out of 10. Dynasty Warriors Strikeforce, 0 out of 10. And yeah, I'm asking for it, but then again, I'm kind of... But then again, my favorite reviewer, Shammy, I could imagine him saying something like this, and so taking some inspiration from him. That's exactly what I'm going to be saying. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this little thing here. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye. And please do not boycott me.